Hi there, I'm Brittany Velasco, and this recording is in regards to early childhood education curriculum development 160 in spring quarter. Today I'll be discussing with you about the developmentally appropriate practices within a preschool classroom. So let me go ahead. I'm going to share my screen. I'll pull up my presentation. Just bear with for just a moment. Alrighty. Okay, so once again, this is the developmentally appropriate environment. My name is Brittany Velasco. This is Early Childhood Education 160. Oh. Sorry, just a moment here. Not sure why this froze. Okay. So preschool ages 3 to 5. Children in the preschool age are developing at a vastly quick rate, and these developmental requirements are in depth. Preschool age children's brains are quickly developing the social and emotional skills they will use for the rest of their lives. Our job as early childhood educators is to provide children with the necessary skills to learn and grow in a healthy way while teaching them progressive ways to become creative individuals. Therefore, creating a developmentally appropriate environment is crucial to preschool development and plays an important role in curriculum development. And here I just have a photo of a couple of students with, it looks like a preschool teacher. For starters, nurture. Nurture refers to all the environmental variables that impact who we are, including our early childhood experiences, how we were raised, our social relationships, and our surrounding cultures. Nurturing preschoolers comes in many different forms. This may include giving praise, listening to each child's individual needs, developing routines that work well not only for an individual child, but also for the classroom as a whole, and being a good role model. So projecting what you want to teach the children in your day-to-day language, vocabulary, actions, is always the best way to nurture and continue to teach them in a nurturing way. Attachment. Preschoolers' trust in adults, self-confidence, and immune systems are influenced by strong emotional attachments. The quality and quantity of time spent with preschoolers is imperative to their development. By educators engaging in active conversation, activities, and vulnerable moments, we gain knowledge and form important bonds with the students we serve. And that goes for not just teachers, but parents and coordinators or whoever's in the child's life. Trust. Just like nurture and attachment, trust is something that is earned through strong, viable relationships formed with children. Listening to children is a big one. Preschoolers are just beginning to articulate their feelings and emotions through words and may not be great at it yet. Teachers should listen and help the preschoolers navigate their needs. Using eye contact, just like adults, children need to be physically validated when they are speaking. And by maintaining eye contact, we teach them the nonverbal communication skill while also letting them know that we hear them and are actively listening to them. Be honest with children. Don't lie to them. Preschoolers understand when they have been lied to and deserve the same respect we expect from them. Building trusting relationship begins and ends with honesty. And the honesty one, I think, is a really big concept. It can be really easy just to tell a child, oh, well, if you complete this activity or just do what I ask, I'll give you something. But then you never do, you know. And that breaks trust. That breaks bond. It would break bonds with an adult too. So maintaining trust not only builds a strong, important environment, it also builds trust within the teachers, their peers, and the student themselves. Mobility. Preschoolers were not designed to sit still. Their space needs to be open concept with enough room to maneuver around each other without being overstimulated. Each area in the classroom should be separated with shelving, but the learning areas need to be big enough for the children to play with ample room to interact with their teachers and peers. And part of that is not having one area overcrowded. A good way to manage that is in my classroom, we have passports. So for each area, there's only 2 to 4 children allowed at a time, depending on how big the space is. But by sectioning off those specific areas, you provide enough space for those children to be there and can rotate through as needed. Language. As your child's language skills become more complex, you'll have lots of opportunities to engage in extended conversations with each other. Encourage them to talk during discussions. Listen attentively if she speaks and ask her open-ended questions relevant to what they're saying. And I took that from NIAC, the website, because I thought it was really important to include a quote for something that is so detrimental and so important during the development and learning environments of a child. Language skills are formed in many ways, including reading repetitive stories, play-by-plays, rhyming in poems, speaking in multiple languages, and enunciating. So when, for example, when you're reading a repetitive story, something that has one specific sentence or a word or something or a letter repeated throughout it is really good, because they start to really be able to connect stories within their brains. They start to understand the sounds of words and the letters. Excuse me. Rhyming in poems is a great one. Rhyming helps kids remember, which will help them overall with their language skills. Speaking multiple languages. In my classroom, we always speak predominantly English. However, I do teach them Spanish words and sign language and whatever they seem interested in. I really love showing and teaching them. And enunciating. So make sure as a teacher you're not mumbling. They can't understand you if you're mumbling. And that will help them learn to pronounce their words more clearly so you can understand them better. At 3 years old, this is more important because 4 and 5-year-olds, you can typically understand more of what they're saying. Indoor and outdoor activities. It's important for children to experience indoor and outdoor play. When children are indoors, they are often confined in spaces where they can learn noise and social regulation. However, being outside allows them more space to exercise and more space to move freely. Being outdoors also allows children to apply their knowledge of the environment into their real-world experiences. Just like adults, a combination of indoor and outdoor exposure is better for mental health and can reduce stress. Being in a classroom is very stressful all day, being in one room, they need room to move. So being outside is equally important for children and their natural desire to learn and continue learning about their surroundings. Classroom setup. Preschool classrooms, all of them, without hesitation, should include places for blocks, places for puzzles, a math and a science center. Some people combine them. I like to keep mine separated. Dramatic play, cozy area rugs, mats, pillows. And I always like to say it should have neutral wall, table, and furniture colors because you're going to have so much color going on in the classroom. We don't want a classroom that is too busy. Now, the classroom I've put in this picture here is very busy. It looks like over here they have some neutral colors, but see these big blue tables in the middle, and the yellow stool. It's very distracting. If this wall back here, the orange wall, was perhaps gray, everything on it would be beautiful and perfect, and really pop out. It would grab the kids' attention without distracting them too much. Okay, let me quit screen sharing here. Okay. So all in all, this was my presentation for developmentally appropriate environments. When thinking about curriculum development with preschool, it's very important to have a really healthy learning environment, with limited distractions, but lots of stuff to do. Ages 3 to 5 are really crucial. Their brains are big sponges, and they're just taking in so much information, and we as educators need to be feeding that as much as possible. Um, Thank you for your time, and I will be uploading this momentarily. And once again, this is Brittany Velasco, for ECED 160 Curriculum Development. Thank you.